In our last video, we were in Russellville, Arkansas. We learned about the city's ties to the railroad industry. And of course, we roamed the streets of the historic downtown and saw some very interesting street art. In this video,
we're in Clarksville, Arkansas.
For context, we visited Clarksville in late April of 2026. Clarksville was the 7th stop on what we called Wanderlust 2026, our road trip from Central Florida to Kansas and back again.
Since this was a railroad town, we started our exploration at the railroad depot, which was built in 1910. Clarksville was established in 1836 and incorporated in 1848. We are now headed toward the downtown. The majority of the downtown development occurred between 1883 and 1958, after the Great Fire of 1878 destroyed many of the buildings.
Once again, a great fire, just like at our last stop, Russellville.
Across the street is the Rydell Building, built in 1926, which served as a tire and auto store before becoming a popular retail store. This gray building has housed a furniture store since 1983, but the building dates back to the early 20th century.
Although this town did have some interesting street art, there wasn't enough for a dedicated section like we've had in many of our previous videos. If you're new to our channel, our methodology is as follows. We park somewhere near the historic downtown and walk around randomly, having absolutely no idea what we're going to encounter. We purposefully avoid doing any research ahead of time because half of the fun is the discovery.
Yeah, you never know what kind of oddities you'll discover, particularly in the alleyways. The shoe store on the corner there has been operating from this location since 1949. The Johnson County Courthouse was completed in 1934 as a public works administration project during the Great Depression. This marker commemorates the first mining of anthracite coal in the area in 1840. That is the highest rank of coal, known as hard coal, and it's relatively rare. Also on the grounds is the Johnson County Veterans Memorial. From what we found online, it looks like this year funds have been allocated for redevelopment, so I think the city's going to start to look at revitalizing the downtown. Clarksville is home to the University of the Ozarks, which was established in 1834 and moved to Clarksville in 1891. It's a private university with about 900 students and the oldest higher education institution in the state. A restaurant opened in this brick building in 2025. It's a former automotive shop. And now we're entering the Levee, an outdoor park and event venue which includes a stage for community events and concerts, as well as the Clarksville Farmers Market, which operates on Saturdays, April through November. This sign shows the prized Alberta peach, which is the focus of the Johnson County Peach Festival, the state's longest-running outdoor festival, established in 1938.
And this definitely looks like a great place to hold such an event.
The levee itself was developed to revitalize the Spadra Creek levee, which included building a flood wall to protect downtown businesses from flooding of the Arkansas River.
You have to applaud the city's use of this waterfront by putting in a walking trail as well as locating their event center next to it.
This castle-looking building is the American Legion Post, constructed in 1934 by World War I veterans. It was once on an island, but after the levee was built, the creek diverted. This building was a meatpacking plant from 1948 to 1977. In 2013, the city purchased it, and they've talked about redeveloping it into housing.
Well, you talked about redeveloping the area. Residential units are key to having a successful and vibrant downtown, so hopefully those plans materialize. And the fact that it sits right next to their farmers market certainly helps the case for making that a residential unit. And at this point, we decided to check out the parallel street to the main street. As we've learned, there's often very cool street art on the back sides of buildings.
This church was completed in 1922 and used until 2017. During World War II, the University of the Ozarks campus was taken over by the Navy for training, and the college temporarily moved to this building.
Oh, such a beautiful building. I really hope somebody finds a way to repurpose that. All right, with that said, it looks like it's time to wrap this video up. All right, that was Clarksville, Arkansas. Anything surprise you?
Well, what really surprised me is at the one end of town, they have a levee that's really tall, which makes me think that the creek that's below it, which doesn't look very big right now, must have the capability of flooding. So that was really surprising.
This is our third stop, actually four if you count Fort Smith, which is about another hour up the road, but we've already filmed that from maybe last year or the year before, so it's our third stop on this trip, and every one of them are so different, even though we're probably an hour from the first one. This one, by far and away, has, let's just say, the least amount of gentrification, restoration. There's a lot. If you like old buildings and pretty much in their original state, you're gonna love this place because a lot of them don't look like they've had much done to them over the decades, as opposed to the first place, which looks like a lot of them are rebuilt. So, you know, it's got that cool old vibe to it, and this whole area, I'm just gonna say right now, is beautiful. I mean, it's heavily treed. There's lots and lots of beautiful scenery, and so I just enjoy this part of the country, and I can't wait to return. All right. Anything else?
No, that'll do it.
All right, get off the couch. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.